the term functional fitness is kind of changing, and it's getting to a point where it's kind of unidentifiable. Like, why are we telling people to do, like, Bulgarian split squats on a Bosu ball, and they can't even do a squat yet? How is that functional as opposed to, like, a squat, a pull, a push, pushing something overhead, a hip hinge even? Like, I'm going to tell you what works for me, and what works for me, personally, and you can do whatever you want, but doing compound lifts, heavy compound lifts, and focusing on building skill in your sport. Just focus on building strength in the weight room, and then the rest of it will come naturally. There's no need to do all these extra type balancing exercises in order to achieve the goals that you want. And then you advertise this stuff to, like, 50-year-old moms who are just trying to lose weight, and they end up injuring themselves or something, and they wonder why, because they don't even know how to, like, do a function, like, they don't know how to control their body yet. They don't know how to do a functional movement to do the functional movements that you want them to do. So you're going to run into roadblocks because you don't have the initial strength to even hold yourself in those positions. You don't have the core strength. You don't have the balance. And in order to get that, you need to first grow your foundation. So you have to be able to do a squat. You have to be able to do a deadlift a certain weight. You have to be able to hold yourself on one foot. Like, small stuff like that builds you up to the point where you can do the functional fitness stuff that you guys see online. But the normal stuff that you see, like the stuff that everybody feels like they know how to do, they feel like they're too important for it. They feel like they're too good for it. The problem is that now it doesn't sell. So people are going to run into roadblocks, and they're going to end up getting hurt. And then later down the line, they're going to be like, okay, well, I'm not going back to exercising because I already didn't want to do this in the first place. Now I'm hurt. Why would I go back and do that again? That's going to be their thought going forward about exercise. They're just going to have a negative attitude towards it. Most people are going to quit. When you introduce to somebody a certain topic and it looks flashy, now you're going to run into problems later down the line because you're teaching them something that they're not expecting. So when you say functional fitness, like if you're talking about for the average person, what they're doing is not practical. If you're talking about athletes even, it's not practical because athletes shouldn't be put at risk in the weight room as opposed to being on top of the risk of you already being in your sport. Like, as much as possible, you're trained for longevity in the weight room so that you can continue to perform your sport.